Hello all, welcome to i-tutor Academy. In today's session, we will start with Unit 9, subsection 4 of Mmpc 008. So, that is redesigning the organization with the information system. So, in last video, we covered till 9.3. So, please refer that and let's start. One of the most important things to know about building a new information system is that this process is one kind of planned organizational change. Frequently, new system mean new ways of doing business and working together. The nature of task, the speed with which they must be completed, the nature of supervision, its frequency and intensity, and who has what information about whom will all be decided in the process of building an information system. And this is especially the true in contemporary systems which deeply affect many part of the organization, and system builders must understand how a system will affect the organization as a whole, focusing particularly on organizational conflict and changes in the locus of decision making. Builders must also consider how the nature of work groups will change under the impact of the new system, and builders determine how much change is needed. New information systems can be powerful instrument for organizational change, and figure 9.2 is here. Organizational change carries risk and reward. So there is, it's a graphical system. There is one there x axis, there is return, y there is risk, low and high is there. So in return also there is low and high. So accordingly there is automation, rationalization, re-engineering, and in high level there is paradigm shift is there. Okay, so please refer this. So you will get more idea. And the most common form of IT enabled organizational change is automation. The first application of information technology involved assisting employees perform their task more efficiently and effectively, calculating paychecks and payroll registers, giving bank tellers instant access to customer deposit records, and developing a nationwide network of airline reservation terminals for airline reservation agents are all example of early automation. Automation is akin to putting a large motor in an existing automobile. And a deeper form of organizational change, one that follow quickly from early automation, is rationalization procedure. Automation frequently reveals new bottleneck in production and makes the existing arrangement of procedures and structures painfully cumbersome. Rationalization of procedures is the streamlining of standard operating procedure, eliminating obvious bottlenecks so that automation can make operating procedures more efficiently. A more powerful type of organization change is business re-engineering, in which business processes are analyzed, simplified, and redesigned. And re-engineering involves radically rethinking the flow of work, the business procedures used to produce product and services with a mind of radically reduce the cost of business. A business process is a set of logically related tasks performed to achieve a defined business outcome. Some examples of business process are developing a new product, ordering goods from a supplier, and or processing and paying an insurance claim. And using information technology, organizations can rethink and streamline their business process to improve speed, service, and quality. And business re-engineering reorganizes workflows, combining steps to cut waste and eliminating repetitive paper intensive task, and it is much more ambitious than rationalization of procedure, requiring a new vision of how the process is to be organized. And this is still more radical form of business change is called a paradigm shift. A paradigm shift involves rethinking the nature of the business and the nature of the organization itself. Banks, for instance, may decide not to automate, rationalize, or re-engineering the jobs of tellers, and instead they may decide to eliminate branch banking altogether and seek less expensive sources of funds like international borrowings. Of course, nothing is free, and paradigm shift are and re-engineering often fail because extensive organization change is so difficult to orchestrate, and some experts believe that 70% of the time they fail. And next is business value of information system. Another important fact about information system is shown figure 9.3. So this is business value of information system. In bottom level there is support business operation, support of managerial decision making, support of strategic advantage, support of business operation, support of managerial decision. So this is support of strategic competition is in the top level. So let's take a retail store as an example. So you just go through that example also. And the information system also helps store managers make better decision and attempt to gain the strategic competitive advantage. So please go through the examples also. Okay. Next is outsourcing information system. If a firm does not want to use its own internal resources to build and operate information system, it can hire an external organization that specializes in providing these services to do the work. The process of turning over an organization's computer central operations, telecommunication networks, or application development to external vendors of these services is called outsourcing. So outsourcing information system is not a new phenomenon. Outsourcing options have existed since the dawn of data processing. As early as 1963, Petrov's electronic data system EDS handled data processing service for Frito-Lay and Blue Cross, and activities such as software programming, operation of large computers, time sharing and purchase of packaged software have to some extent been outsourced since 1960s. And next is advantages and disadvantages of outsourcing. Outsourcing is becoming popular because some organizations perceive it as being more cost effective than it would be to maintain their own computer center and information system staff. The provider of outsourcing service can benefit from economies of scale, and is likely to charge competitive price for information system services. And outsourcing allow a company with a fluctuating need for computer processing to pay for only what it uses rather than to build its own computer center to stand under utilized when there is no peak load. Advantages of outsourcing. The most popular explanation for outsourcing are economy. Outsourcing vendors are specialists in the information system services and technologies they provide. Service quality, because outsourcing vendors will lose their clients or if the service is unsatisfactory. Companies often have more leverage over external vendors than over their own employees. And predictability, an outsourcing contract with a fixed price for a specified level of service reduce uncertainty of cost. Flexibility, business growth can be accommodated without making major changes in the organization's information system infrastructure. As information technology permits the entire value chain of the business, outsourcing may provide superior control of the business because its cost and capabilities can be adjusted to meet changing needs, making fixed cost variable. Some outsourcing agreements such as running payroll are based on the price per unit of work done, and many outsources will take into account variation in transaction processing volume like to occur during the year or over the course of the outsourcing agreement, and freeing up human resources for other projects and financial capital. And scarcity and costly talent within an organization can refocus on activities with a higher value and payback than they would find in running a technology factory. And disadvantages of outsourcing are dependency and when to use outsourcing. Okay, since outsourcing has both benefit and liabilities, and is not meant for all organization or all situation, and managers should assess the role of information system in their organization before making an outsourcing decision. And there are number of circumstances under which outsourcing make a great deal of sense. So when there is limited opportunity for the firm to distinguish itself competitively through a particular information system, application or series of applications. Companies may also continue to develop applications internally while outsourcing their computer center operations when they do not need to distinguish themselves competitively by performing their computer processing on site. And when the predictability of uninterrupted information system service is not very important. When outsourcing does not strip the company of the technical know how required for future information system innovation. If a firm outsource some of its system but maintain its own internal information system staff, it should ensure that its staff remain technically up to date and has the expertise to develop future applications. Managing outsourcing, and to obtain value from outsourcing, organizations need to make sure the process is properly managed with sound business analysis and an understanding of outsourcing strength and limitations. Managers can identify the most appropriate application to outsource and to develop a workable outsourcing plan. And segmenting the firm's range of information systems activities into pieces that potentially can be outsourced makes the problem more manageable and also helps companies match an outsourcer with the appropriate job. And firm should clearly understand the advantages provided by the vendor and what they will have to give up to obtain these advantages. For lower operating cost, can the client leave with a 5-second response time during peak hours or next day repair of microcomputers in remote offices? And activity B is here and based on this subsection, and the next is ensuring quality with information system. The emergence of a global economy has stimulated worldwide interest in achieving quality, and companies can no longer be satisfied with producing goods and services that compete only with the goods produced with their own country, and consumers can now select from a broad range of products and services produced anywhere in the world. And before examining how information system can contribute to quality throughout the organization, we must first define the term quality. Traditional definitions for quality have focused upon the conformations or to specification, and with this definition a producer can easily measure the quality of its products. Achieving quality under this definition and requires three steps from the manufacturer. First, establish product specification. Second, measure product as they are produced to determine whether or not they achieve the standards established in the specification. Third, alter the manufacturing process whenever necessary to bring the products up to standards. And however, achieving quality is not quite that simple and direct. The definition of quality has been changing and broadening in recent years. Defining quality as conference to specification view it from a producer's perspective only. Customers have a different perspective, being more concerned with the value for their rupees. They normally apply three criteria. First, customers are concerned with the quality of the physical product. They want to know if the product is durable, how safe it is, and its reliability, its ease of use and installation, its stylishness, and how well the producer support the product. Second, customers are concerned with the quality of service, by which they mean the accuracy and truthfulness of the advertising, the timelines and accuracy of the billing process, responsiveness to warranties and ongoing product support. Finally, customer concept of quality include the psychological aspect. How well do the sales and support staff know their product, the courtesy and sensitivity of the staff, and even their neatness, the reputation of the product. And for companies to compete globally, they need to include a customer perspective in any definition of quality. And next is how information system contribute to total quality management. Information system can fill a special role in corporate quality programs for a number of reasons. First, IS is deeply involved with the daily work of other departments throughout the organizations, and IS analysis usually have taken a leading role in designing, developing, and supporting such varied departmental systems as corporate payrolls, patent research systems, and chemical process control system, logistics system, and sales support system. And IS professionals also maintain their knowledge of these departments through their participation in departmental information planning. In addition, IS personnel are usually key to the sharing of data between departments because they have unique knowledge of the relationship between various departments. And the IS staff in effective information system departments have three skills that are critical to the success of a quality program. And first, they are specialists in analyzing and redesigning business processes. Second, many IS technicians are experienced in quantifying and measuring procedures and critical activities in any process. Typically, IS departments have long been involved with measurements of their own manager. Training has long been a staple of better IS departments. Such a training include the use of project management software. These skills can contribute a great deal to any serious quality program, which will normally be organized as a project and will usually be heavily task oriented. Benchmark, and many companies have been effective in achieving quality by setting strict standards for products, services, and other activities and then measuring performance against those standards. And companies may use external industry standards set by other companies, internally developed high standard, or some combination of the three. And IS contributes to this effort in many ways. And IS staff participated in re-engineering projects and helps to design and build the system that make the quality process possible. And any study of quality program shows that information is a top concern to those involved, and IS is often central to the collection of that information. To improve production or sales, for example, management needs data to determine both what is being done right and what is being done wrong. And IS is usually the key to making that information available in a timely fashion and in a format useful to those who need it for quality purpose. And reduce cycle time. Okay. Experience indicate that the single best way to address quality problem is to reduce the amount of time from the beginning of a process to its end, and reducing cycle time usually results in fewer steps and improvement right there. And but reducing cycle time has other advantages. With less time passing between beginning and end, workers will be better aware of what came just before and so are less likely to make mistakes. And increase the precision of production. For many products, one key way to achieve quality is to tighten production tolerance, and CAD software has also made it this possible. Most CAD software packages include a facility to translate design specification into specification both for production tools and for the production process itself. In this way, products with a more precise design can also be produced more efficiently. And include line workers in any quality process. Experience has shown that involvement of the people who perform the function is critical to achieving quality in that function. Although the information system could potentially make many more contributions like these, its involvement in corporate quality programs has provoked a great deal of the controversy. And IS has been criticized for a reluctance to become involved in organization-wide quality programs. And summary of this unit is, in this unit we discuss about computer based information system and their different types. Information system have been used by organization as an effective way for decision making and in supporting communication, and the field of IT moves so rapidly that terminology often fails to keep pace with the innovation. The same problem occurs with the information system classification. People identify a new type of system such as DSS or EIS and describes its characteristics are no longer as important or have become commonplace. And eventually, many information systems contain characteristics from several system categories. Organizations in the past few years have shown a tendency to focus on their core business. Functions that are not considered to be part of the core business are outsourced to external suppliers. Organizations face an increased need flexibility as a consequence of a faster changing competitive environment and rapid development in information technology. Management has been questioning the idea that quality costs more, and today many senior executives have come to the conclusion that the lack of quality is actually a significant expense. Unit and exercises are here. It's a 7 questions are here. What type of resource are used in an information system? What are the different type of computer based information system used in different functional areas business by organization, and who are the typical users of information system? What is the most common form of IT enabled organizational change, and which form of organizational change requires business process to be analyzed, simplified and redesigned? When outsourcing should be used by the organization, how information system can contribute for total quality management. Okay. So these are the questions. You must do this term questions for term and examination. It will help you, and parallelly you can do your assignments also. So this is about today's section, and for more MBA videos you just do like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you so much.
i-tutor Academy presents Ignou MBA complete syllabus coverage classes for individual students, semester-wise subject with online and flexible timing. For more details, contact on +916 238 21785.